Why War Thunder is broken. I just want to give you an example of why War Thunder is broken. Now, a really skilled shot here by S1DE Attack, because this guy has been obviously waiting and sort of measuring and things like that. So either an extremely skilled attack or he's using some form of software. But the main thing is, on this position here, with my graphics, there are lots of trees in the way. If we just go here and go to our graphics and go minimal, restart bloody client. Oh, God's sake. Alright, let's just go back to the options and just go back to high. But what basically happens is this all these trees and all these houses don't register when you're actually in the game. So this guy's managed to make a shot through all of these trees and across all of these houses from this position, and it's not his fault. I'm not calling side one attack a cheat here, because I know what's happened. I know what happens here, right? But the issue is this side of the map shouldn't be able to see that side of the map, because as we go forwards, as you see, there are all these trees in the way, and anyone with a higher graphics setting cannot see that side of the map. If he had a higher graphics setting, the trees would have blocked this line of sight, and this is a huge issue on this server. On this map, it's a huge problem, and you can actually see the shell has actually over penetrated my vehicle here. We'll just jump back to me here. It's actually over penetrated the vehicle here, and it's killed me, even though it's just hit the back of the vehicle, and the shell has actually gone straight through. So the shell hasn't actually done any damage to me, but now it registers that it's been hit, and you get the destroyed target. So, you know, first of all, that's a really bullshit shot, you know, because yes, it's hit through the engine section, but it over penetrated, so the actual shell has gone off beyond there. So that shouldn't have killed me, really, because it's gone straight through the tank. But the biggest issue here is, and the biggest issue that I'm talking about, is just the way that the cameras roll, you know? I shouldn't be able to see over this side of the map, and I really can't, because I've got trees in the way. Yet this guy can see to my side of the map without any problems at all, because those trees don't exist on his screen. They don't appear there. And, well, look, you know, you can see where my shot is, you know, you can sort of see where my corpse is now. This guy was invisible to me because of the trees on my side, yet on his side, the trees are completely visible. From here to here. Like, if we go back a little bit, sorry, free camera, if we go back a little bit, you can't even see the Centurion. It's like, you can't even see it, you know. From here, you know, in binoculars, you might be able to see it when it's magnified, but realistically, you cannot see from this side of the map. Gaijin need to get their shit together. Instead of making absolutely terrible April Fool's jokes and April Fool's joke gameplay, they should be looking at fixing bullshit like this, because this is the stuff that kills the game. This is the stuff that kills War Thunder. This is the stuff that puts players off. This is the stuff that stops people from playing this game. Because right now, this guy could probably kill a couple of people, you know, without them being able to see him. Simply because On their side of the map, there are some trees placed there. But on his side of the map, there aren't any trees placed there. He could be using a lower graphics setting. This is the kind of bullshit that needs to stop happening. Make matchmakers where everybody's on the same graphics settings. Do that. Saves the problem. Stops people being able to complain about, the fact that, low quality users are able to take advantage of people. Make it so trees do not pop in and out of existence. Right? Look at the trees here. Look at how they pop in and out of existence. No trees, lots of trees. So, if I'm a tank sitting down by this car here, thinking, oh, there is a nice tree in front of me right now, guess what? If we can actually get to bloody height on this thing. Fuck the fucking free camera. There we go. Let's see. At a certain point, that tree's going to pop out of existence. There we go. You can see it. So right here, that tree does not exist, and he would be able to see me. Right here, the tree exists, and he wouldn't be able to see me. It needs to stop. This is the stuff that kills the game. If you don't want it to actually be a problem, stop making maps like this. Stop making maps where every side is exposed. Stop making maps where people can take advantage of it. Simple solution, have both sides in a slight valley. So both sides are lower than the middle section. Or make it all one single flat plane. Make it all the same level. Or make the buildings bigger where the raises happen, so people can't see from each side of the map. Because it's absolutely bollocks that you can sort of place yourself up on this sort of crop of rocks here, and you'd probably be able to see half the map that can't see you. This is the shit that's killing the game, Gaijin. This is the reason people are leaving. This is the people aren't staying. This is the people why people go to World of Tanks. This is the reason why people are going to World of Tanks over your game. Because World of Tanks, as unrealistic as it is, at least you know when you're seen or not. At least you know that somebody 500 meters away from you cannot see you. It's stupid how this game is set up. Like, it's just ludicrous that this line of trees here makes him invisible. However, I'm completely visible. If I was sat here on this rock right now, that Centurion would see me broad as daylight. Yet I could not see him. That is unfair. It's unfair on the players, and it's unfair on the teams. Because one team gets an advantage over the other in these sorts of situations too. Because this map especially, this side tends to get a slight advantage on some days, because there are lots of points where you can see to the other side. There are lots of points on these maps where you can see to the other side, and it simply isn't balanced. And yes, you can say, oh, well, you start on either side. Yes, but that's not how it should be, Gaijin. Balance your fucking game, right? Balance your fucking matchmaker as well. Make it so 6.7 will get 6.7 games 8 out of 10 times, right? Do something like that, where they're not facing vehicles that are, a whole BR ahead of them. Make it so a lower BR faces a higher BR less times. Yes, the waiting time will be slightly longer. People will be less frustrated and more likely to stay and give you fucking money, you morons. You absolute fucking morons. You do not get it. Like, seriously, I just want to slap you right now, Gaijin. If I had any of your workers in front of me right now, I would slap them across the face and say, fucking get your shit together. Because they need to do it. If they don't, players are going to leave, and they already have. I know more players that have left this game than are actually fucking in it. And when a game is in that state, It's in a dying state. You want this game to survive and you want this game to actually work? You want to work on keeping your player base, not hunting for whales who are going to spend money on your game and then leave a couple of days afterwards, because that doesn't keep the game running. That does not keep the game working. You need to actually incentivize the people that play the game, because if people stop playing the game, then people will not join the game. When there is a queue that is like, I don't know, in Naval, for example, let's just quickly go and have a look. Let's just, no, I don't mean to restart it. Let's just go and have a look at the player base right now. And this is, quite late in Australia. It's 11 o'clock. Obviously, Australia is on the other side of the world, so we don't get peak time. But we're getting to the stage where most people will start playing, across the world. America's just woken up. Europe's getting into the afternoon. Yada yada, blah blah blah. Right? Let's just look at the numbers. 40,000 people playing. 40,000 people. I remember when this was, 60, 70,000 people, on average. 40,000 people with only 1,000 battles, like 1,200 battles. And that's across all BRs and across all vehicles. So say I wanted to play my naval vehicles, for example. Let's go with the Germans, because, I have my top tier naval vehicles in Germany. So I have my Köln and my Emden. Naval realistic battle. 5 players waiting. Naval arcade battle. 8 players waiting. So you've got about 20 people playing this mode. 20 fucking people playing this mode. Was it worth all the hours? Was it worth all of the hard effort going into recreating these ships? Was it worth all the guesswork and all the making up of numbers that you guys do? No, it wasn't. For 20 players, it's not worth it. Because it's going to take a long time to get a match. And if you do get a match, you just see the same people over and over and over again in Naval. And it's not fun. It's not enjoyable. Let's look at a 4.3 match for tanks at the moment. 45 people. That's not bad. Still not good though. There's only 45 people within this range. It's not a good place to be, Gaijin. You have to fucking put your game up. Stop putting on shit like this, right? Yes, April Fool's is funny. But you know what was better? When you just did small things. When you didn't do a whole new game mode using whole new art assets. When you made the walkers or the giant snail, that was funny. Right? You could tell there was a bit of effort put into it, but it wasn't sort of something that people would have had to spend months doing, when they could have done other things to make things better. They could have been improving the game instead of having this bullshit. You're not improving your game. You're just breaking it more. And you're making more and more people leave. Yes, you're going to get some new players. Yes, you're going to get some new people. Yes, your top tier premiums are going to get people. Because people are going to go, oh, well, I don't really want to grind through that. I'm just going to buy that. You end up with a premium. Great. Whoop-de-doo. So all they've got is the T-55. And then they've got a bloody unit of rank 1 vehicles. You end up with that constantly. And it gets even worse in some nations. When you've got the 9.0 premiums, people just buy that, get into the top tier games, get their asses kicked, leave. I wonder how many players you hooked with this vehicle. I wish I could see the numbers of how many people bought it to how many people stayed, because I guarantee at least half of the people left. You made $50, but you've not made anything in the long run. You've not really made any money. You're losing money. And you're going to keep losing money until you fucking get your game up. pick up your game. Like, not the game, your game. Your staff need to actually start putting in the effort. Yes, they've done this whole system where they've changed the shells to be historically accurate in a formula, which is not historically accurate. So you can't even call your game historically accurate anymore, because it's not. It's not historically accurate anymore. This game is no longer a historically accurate game. When you got killed by a tiger in your Sherman, you just went, yeah, okay, that's understandable. When your tiger's getting killed by Shermans, you go, that's not right. Feels a bit odd. Because the standard Shermans shouldn't be able to kill a tiger, for instance, and that's the way it should be. But the new shell formula, you've got shells that are overperforming, you've got shells that are underperforming. You've made shells incredibly good, you've made shells incredibly bad. It's just stupid, because you did have fully historically accurate you had historically accurate shells and game, but now you don't. Now everything is on the formula, and I know why you've done it, because you don't know what the hell an Abrams has. You don't know what it does. You have to guess all this. You don't know anything about the Abrams. Like, there is nothing at all about the Abrams that you know. Like, I guarantee there are no bits of information that you have got and gone, oh yeah, that's right, we'll put it in. It's all guesswork. It is all guesswork. It's relatively sort of, known guesswork, but it's still guesswork. If I was making a Formula 1 game today, I would go, well, the Ferrari looked fast, so I'll give it 820 horsepower. The Mercedes looked fast, I'll give that one 815 horsepower. But the Williams, that looks slow, I'll only give that one 700 horsepower. The Williams is using the same engine as the Mercedes, so it's got the same horsepower. But because you don't actually know, you're just going to go off guesswork and go off assumption and just go off things that are basically speculated. So you're not actually going to get the right numbers. Speculation is not an actual solid figure. We can speculate all we want on the Abrams M1A1. We can speculate all we want on the Leopard 2A5. We can speculate all we want on it. But we don't actually know. We don't know exactly how much armour is in this tank. We don't exactly know how much the Rheinmetall L44 cannon can do. The information's not completely out there. Now, you may well know the Russian variants, because, you're a Russian developer, you can probably get Russian information. But I very much doubt it that the Russian military are going to come up to you and go, oh, the T-80U, yeah, we'll give you the exact numbers of it. Because it would be stupid and suicidal for their nation to do that. You don't know. So it's guesswork. This game is not historically accurate anymore. So what the fuck are you doing with it? Either make a decent game or lose it all, because you're going to lose all of this effort. I've seen enough MMOs die in my time. I was a massive player of Dark Ages of Camelot, and yes, it's still alive in some way, but it doesn't have many players. I was a massive fan of Star Wars Galaxies. I played 1,000,000 hours in that thing, and it's gone today because its player base dwindled. Was a huge fan of EverQuest 2, and it dwindled and disappeared into the ether. World of Warcraft is still going strong because they don't bullshit their community as much as the other ones did. They offer a relatively easy, solid game that anyone can pick up and play. You're offering a specialist game for specific people to play, and this game is not going to be one that everybody's going to pick up and go, oh yeah, this is fun. This game is really only specialised for people that love military equipment. And if you think about that worldwide, there's not many people. There's probably about, say, 2 or 3 million of us around the world, right? And you've managed to get about 50, 60,000 of us to keep playing your game. But that's not a huge chunk of the market, gaming-wise, right? Your game's free to play. Yes, you do offer the premiums, and you do well on the premiums, obviously, because the amount of people that pay to win is just unbelievable. I mean, look at the release of the T2 and the modern tanks, because people were driving them within minutes of the server being launched. And they would have had to have paid at least $70, $80 to get there. So you're making money. You're making, you know, speculation here, because I can speculate, because that's what you do in your fucking game. You would have made at least $1 million when you dropped a new patch, because all of those people going, I need it, I need it, I need it. Right? Like junkies in a fucking back alley, injecting themselves with T-34s, you know, trying to get another fix of their tanks, you know, trying to get another fix of a fun game. Right? But no, they just sit there and they don't get it. Because they get the brand new thing, and the brand new thing turns out to be less fun than it looks. And then they leave. And then they get clean. And then you get no more money. Fix your maps. Fix the gameplay. Make some fucking different game modes. And just fucking fix your shit, Gaijin. Because it's not good enough. It is not good enough. Your product is not good enough. Alright, well that's enough of a rant done for tonight. I hope you've enjoyed it. This has been me, Screezilla, ranting. And I'll be back for more videos on ranting videos, I am sure. Until next time, me, Scree, out. Bye bye.